Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So I've got two projects for you today. This one I have not done yet. This is a tall jar. It holds 9 fluid ounces and I haven't made it yet. And these things were sitting in there and I was wondering what they were, but I'm seeing that this probably fits over this and it's like a little seal for the lid. So when you put the lid on, it will seal tightly, and it came with like 5 of them. So you can make them 5 times without having to buy more seals if you need a seal. I don't know. So I'm thinking this is a pretty simple pour, pretty simple to embellish it after it's done. So I'm going to do a bonus one. Now I did this one in a marble, blue and white marble. Now it's going to be done in the abalone shell because that's what my mom asked for. So this one's for my mom. So this one I'm going to be using my polyurethane resin, excuse me, which sets up in like a couple minutes. You have 2 minutes to work with it, and I think 10 minute fast curing. It cures white, and you have 2 minutes to work with it. So you have to be quick and you have to pour it quick. This one I'm going to just brush with my Galaxy Chameleon powder because it has really pretty colors. And I'm going to probably choose a brooch or something to put on the top of this. And I thought this would go with, I didn't pick the brooch yet. Sorry, I'm choking on something. I didn't pick the brooch yet, but I'm thinking a lot of them would go with this color. So that's why I chose that color. This one holds 3 ounces. This one is going to hold 9 ounces. So I'm going to have to mix this in a different cup today. This one I'm going to do my fast cure 4-hour demold. And I think I'm going to put these little shells in the edge and then the bigger shells on the bottom. Now this is that crystal-like look, so I'm not exactly sure how it's going to come out. I don't see why it wouldn't come out nice, but we're going to try it and see. So I'm going to start with this, this one. Gosh, sorry guys. I don't know what's going on. My throat's dry today. So I'm going to paint this one after I get the little hair out. Of course, there's glitter in there. Why wouldn't there be? And get this painted with the mica powders before we mix anything up, because you don't mix that until you're like ready to pour it. I don't know where all this stuff came from. It was just clean a second ago. Okay, I'll put you on a little quick fast forward, because you don't need to like watch real time me painting this with mica powder. All right, well that wasn't too fun because when I turned it back the right way, I saw spots, of course, that got rubbed off. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. What I did was I took my brush and I went around it again, and I could see that some of them weren't covering. So the ones that I could reach that weren't covering, I wiped with alcohol and my finger, dried it, just let it air dry, and then I wiped the powder back on it. So if that didn't work, we're not going to know until we unmold it. I think there might be a few streaks in here that I didn't catch. That's the only thing I don't like about the chameleon powders. If you have to flip it back inside out, you're going to mark it. And I don't like marking anything. Now, I did want to say, if you like the Galaxy color, I did have a 30 gram. There's a 30 gram jar that you can get just of Galaxy. So I just wanted to show you that as well. I'm just going to set those aside, set all this stuff aside that I'm not using. So what I'm going to do, I also painted a pendant and keychain holder with the Galaxy because I'm going to overmix on purpose just to make sure I don't undermix. And if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. So we're going to do this one, and I'm going to color it with my black mica powder. I know it's not going to be black, but it'll probably be like a gray which hopefully I'll get a little bit better effect than using white. So when I do color it, all I do is pour half in. I'm gonna mix up 300 milliliters. So I'm gonna pour 150, color it with my coloring, and then pour the other half in. Almost there. All right, that's 150. I just want to wipe this off before I put it away. Set it aside so I don't pour the same one twice. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my mica powder and put a whole bunch in. And again, it's probably gonna turn gray, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I know it's not gonna be black. 100% guaranteed it will not be black. You can use mica powder, you can use, I have a whole video on what you can use in this. We did a testing video a long time ago, trying to think what else worked. Some pigment dyes worked. I don't know, you'd have to go back and watch the video. It was quite a while ago. All right. Let me just get completely ready before I pour this other one, because I only have like 2 minutes to get this dumped in here. So I just want to get everything cleared and be able to see what I'm pouring here. So I'm just gonna pour it up to the 300 mark. That's it. Kind of wipe this really fast. I'm gonna stir it really fast. Oh, I just dripped it in there. I basically stir as long as I can. When I start feeling it heat up in my hands, that's when I pour. And it's starting to get warm already. It's not hot. And I'll stick you on a little time lapse because you'll be able to watch it. Okay, oops. So it's getting warm, warmer than I want. And I always get nervous that I don't mix enough. I had to have mixed enough. There's that. We're gonna get my lid. Whoop. Get my extras out. Actually, it's gonna take most of it, and I over poured. This stuff is hard to trim, so try not to over pour. This stuff gets rock solid. Oh, I over poured a lot. Okay, let me grab my little mold here. And I'm just gonna get this in before it starts curing. Oh, trying not to over pour. Am I actually gonna get every single one of these? What perfect measurements is that? That's it. That was every drop. All right, that's it. I'm gonna put you on a time lapse and you'll be able to watch this cure. I got 4 ounces of my fast cure mixed up. Let me move this stuff out of the way. This is really hot, like super duper hot. I'm just gonna move it out of the way. It's solid, but it's gonna have to cool down for a while. So we'll get to those later when this is cured. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna pour some in my little cup, and I'm going to mix the small abalone shell for the edge in here, and then I'm going to use the bigger pieces for the top, I think. I hope. I don't know how much room I have in there. Yeah. We'll see. We're gonna have to play it by ear. I want them coated. Oh, I want it mostly seashell, of course. And I'm just going to, let me spray this. Try to get it down there in the edge. It's not going to be easy, but it's easier than putting the shell down and then trying to jam in the resin, because this is really, really thin. I actually need more seashell. I might be using this shell for, that's all I have of this little stuff anyway. I just didn't want a clear coat coming out of it, you know what I mean? I want it packed tightly. And if I have to use it on the bottom, I'll use it on the bottom, because I'm not quite sure how many of those bigger ones are actually going to fit on the bottom. Now that I'm thinking of it, they might be too thick. All right, everything's cured and ready to come out. It's been cured. I've been working on my extras for like ever. So let me show you what I've done. So I had some left over, obviously. This is my snowflake glitter. So I did a couple of magnets. And then this was the same thing. I just backed it in pink UV resin, the Light Wish one that I just did the other day. So that's just backed in the pink to get a little pink color on it. So those are those two. And then I made a keychain out of the third flower. Put a little flower charm on there. And then a shark's tooth, of course, blinged out with the little octopus in the corner. And then I have one pendant. The other pendant, I screwed up the bottom. I was going to make a pair of earrings, but since I screwed the bottom up, I couldn't. So now I have a pendant. And I have this keychain that says Warrior with an eagle on it. This is the mica powder that we used on the bowl or on the jar. And then this one has a cat with the paw print. And then two big ones. I have a seahorse. And I have an angel. And that is the extras. They took forever. And I am ready to unmold these. Let's do this first. So as you saw in the sped up video, I didn't use any of the big ones because I had plenty of small ones to make the whole layer. I just poured a little bit of clear over the back. So let's hope it comes out just as sparkly as the marbly one I did. And let's hope we can see all these seashells in here. Otherwise, that was a waste of shells. Oh yeah, look at that. Sparkling seashells. I'd say that is a success. I don't even think, oh, I have one tiny, well, one tiny bubble there. One tiny bubble there. I'll fix those with UV resin. But that looks really good. A tiny little bit of trimming right here. Wow. Fancy. Here's the edge. What do you think? Now you can't really see the facets that are there, but that's okay because all my shells are sparkling. Cool. Oh, let me fix my molds here. All right, let's do this one. Hopefully this stuff is all dry. All right, let's get this out. Oh, nice. That came out good. Let's just hope. So it's a red and a green. That's good for Christmas, right? Red, greenish, goldish. All right, this is the one I'm worried about. Because of all that painting mica on there after the fact. This is a heavy-duty mold. It's pretty thick. I'm just gonna roll it down, I think. All right. Oh, I have mica powder left on there. That's not a good sign. If it didn't come out well, I guess I'll be using it for something around here. I just like to get my molds back into shape, and let's see what we got. Okay, well, the inside looks good. And the outside doesn't. It's got a few swirl marks. Let's see how this goes. Does this go like this? Oh no, you guys. That means my top's not finished. Why didn't I think of that? Because this goes around here. And then you can seal it. Although it's not sealing very well. I probably have it on wrong. See if I could get this off. Shoot. Now, how can I fix this is the question. I don't think I can get that the same as the jar, which I guess is not a big deal because the jar isn't perfect. Now I know that that's how that's going to be. Well, that stinks. It's certainly, I guess you could put a magnet. Maybe I could put magnets. I'm trying to salvage this the way I wanted it. Because what I wanted to do was put a nice brooch on top. But if I put a magnet on there, I could keep the top like that. Huh. There's barely a swirl mark right there. A little bit there. It's really not that bad though. Let me see if I can fix this up. Well, I did the best I can. It's the next day, and what I did, see, look, now the lid doesn't fall off. So I put a brooch on there. This was sent to me with a whole bunch of other ones. And I used my E6000 glue. Let me fix my phone so it's not blurry for you guys. Sorry. And I put the magnets on. And that's my fix for this one because I don't know what else to do to use the jar still. So it'll stay closed. No problem. Oops. It wasn't lined up. Sorry. It'll stay closed. So if you have a mess up like that, there is a fix to it. All right, well, not a total fail, but not a complete success. All right, guys, I will get you some pictures. Stay tuned for all those, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye, guys.